We match today.
We do. We're twins.
We're wearing our Christmas shirts. What's with the neighbors? 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 Christmas shirts.
Yes, Tabernacle Cookies. You guys should go and check out our merch. Our episode shirts are pretty amazing.
On what'swiththenneighbors.com/merch.
Yep. And they're also available in sweatshirts too.
Yeah.
Super fun. That's the one I have.
Cool.
Yes.
And I think, I really like all of them, but I think that this one was the most advanced.
Yeah, it
shirt
definitely
we
took
have.
the most work. You thought of the idea. Like I thought of I was going to put a church in it. And I was like, it just doesn't look good. I'm not liking the way it looks. And then you're like, well, I was thinking more like a cookie that was in the shape of a cross. And I'm like, oh, okay. I have so much work that I have to erase, but I'm going to start over. And you're like, no. It's okay. And I'm like, no, that's a great idea. I'm going with it.
It works.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Good
yeah.
idea.
You guys, not only was our logo designed by us, both logos, but all of our episode shirts are also designed by us.
Yep. And
So-
if you guys ever have
oh my goodness,
an episode request that you want us to put on a shirt, like send us an email and be like, hey, do chicken, whatever that one was.
Build a
bear chicken and like put this and this and this in it.
Or you can even send us a design.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we would totally take that, and we could do. We work with Cricut, so we do what we can with a bunch of shapes,
Right.
or a silhouette of something.
Correct.
So, yeah, that's it. That's a fun
do
idea.
it simple. And
Yeah, the simpler the better, guys.
yeah.
Don't
yeah.
give us a whole bunch of layers of crap.
Please don't. Oh my goodness.
This one was probably the most complicated one.
Yeah. Bree texted me a lot of
Yeah.
profanity.
I was very mad.
She was very angry. This is a rough week for you.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
You've had a good week though.
This is What's with the Neighbors.
This
Hold on.
is
before-
it.
Let's stop for real quick. This is What's with the Neighbors True Crime Paranormal Podcast. That is Bree.
And that's Amy.
And I had the best week, you guys.
She did.
I do not happy cry. Ever. I don't even think I happy
Never heard
cried
her
when
happy
I've had.
cry.
No. I don't even think I happy cried with Alice. I can't remember. I'm sure I did. I don't know.
You're not a terrible parent if you don't.
Yeah. But I did not want to eat her, so
That is important.
yeah. But I just accepted a job down at the DA's office, the district attorney's office, and I will be working down there, putting people in jail.
And this is the first time, like, you've had, yes, your daycare has been a real job, but this is the
Yes.
first, like, out-of-home job you have had in how long?
And 7 years, almost 8 years.
That is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And I have something for you.
What? You have a present for me?
It's not big.
Oh, it's not a present. Okay. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Oh, a glass. Ooh, they're heavy. These are better glasses than I have.
Not yours. I'm taking them back.
Champ. Bree. This is so cute. Thank
Congrats on your job, buddy.
Thank you. Oh,
You're
they're
welcome.
chilled too.
Yeah,
Can we open them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping.
Um,
It'd be fun for the effect. Do you just want to open one? Do you know how to open champagne?
yeah, I can do it with my
Champagne
hand, but
scares
they're
me.
twist.
Are they? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
With the small ones, they're twist.
Okay. Oh, I was hoping it was going to have a cork. It's okay. Cheers.
Cheers
To new beginnings.
to new beginnings.
Do you have a neighborhood story?
I do. Look how prepared I was today. I put it on my paper.
Whoa, I am
Yeah.
not prepared at all.
Okay.
Which is why I asked you first.
So this is actually a local next door neighbor.
Oh, fun. Okay.
From Batter Road Neighborhood Watch in North Pole.
Nice.
So they tagged the person in the message, but I'm not going to say the person's name. So blank. For someone who has a dog that supposedly never barks, it sure has been barking a lot lately. Please buy a bark collar since you too lazy, since you are too lazy and inconsiderate to properly train your dog. Then someone commented and said, this seems like a problem that should be handled in person, not on the internet.
Yeah.
And then another person said, making friends again, I see.
So clearly you've done this before. Wow. Like, what? How are you going to control your dog? Dogs bark.
Dogs do work. And a lot
I mean,
of people in the
let
comments
them
are saying
inside. Let them inside. Like,
Yeah.
don't leave them outside all day. But, like, if you're at work, then,
that. What are you supposed to do?
yeah.
I mean, when it's this cold, your dog shouldn't be out.
yeah, no, it
24/7,
shouldn't
but-
be. I know, I was thinking that. Okay, so, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, I've been kind of anticipating on doing this story for a long time.
Oh.
It was kind of hard to do, but I realized after it comes out, it'll be the Sunday after Thanksgiving, right?
Uh-huh.
So happy late Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy late Thanksgiving.
I just waved to y'all, by the way.
Everyone's probably still making leftovers.
Yeah, exactly.
What is your favorite leftover first before we start? What
My
is your
favorite leftover?
Yeah, leftover like for
Thing to
Thanksgiving.
make?
Yeah.
Well, everything. I love Thanksgiving leftovers, but my ultimate favorite thing that I look forward to after Thanksgiving is making a turkey sandwich
Yeah.
with cranberry sauce on it
Mm-hmm.
and mayonnaise. Oh my god, it's so good. Especially if you can get it on a roll.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god. That is my ultimate favorite thing.
Okay.
What
I
about
like
yours?
it.
And then
Ye-
obviously pie. Sorry.
Leftover pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite thing is to take. You already know this, but no one else does. Take pita bread and make Thanksgiving pizza out of it.
And what is in that combination?
So you got mashed potatoes on the bottom, and then you put some turkey pieces, some stuffing pieces, like little crumbles of stuffing, and then you take cranberry glaze, like you make a glaze out of the cranberry sauce, and you put it on top with a little bit of gravy. So
oh my
stupid
god, you're
good.
making my mouth water.
I know, mine is now too.
I want you have to make this for me.
I will. It is so
It sounds so good.
Like, why is it so good? The first time I had it was in Disney World.
Because it's a combination of like all of them. It's got like
All of them,
sweet,
yeah.
salty, savory, all of it.
and
all
it's a
of it.
pizza.
Yes, and it's a pizza. Where's the pizza?
Where's your pizza?
Um,
Sometimes. Sorry.
you're good.
You also put mozzarella on it a little bit.
Ooh,
kinda hold it all
yeah.
down.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering that too. I was like, how is it a pizza? It has nothing that has a pizza on it.
It's just.
But it looks
It's
like
just
a
a
pizza.
pita bread that
cute.
serves all your favorite Thanksgiving into
You had it at
one-
Disney the first time, right?
Disney World, yeah.
So good.
And my
You
friend,
guys are geniuses.
my friend at the time, she was like, she got it, and I was like, that sounds disgusting. And I had a piece, and I was like, I'm going back for
man.
more.
Oh man, the best thing on your Thanksgiving plate is when two sides touch.
Yes.
It's just like the
Yes.
sweet spot right there.
Yes, I will kind of like drizzle gravy on
Over
everything,
everything. Yeah.
and then I just like kind of
Take like little
little
samples
bits
of
each one.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and shovel
It's
it.
like a
into my mouth.
Costco trip.
Yes,
It's like a
Like-
trip to Costco in your mouth on Thanksgiving. Delicious. That sounds weird.
Sorry.
You're
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. I wanted to do. I forgot.
No,
I
you're
wanted to
good.
do
I'm glad
that.
you did that because I wanted to talk about Thanksgiving. So I won't tell you about it yet. Okay.
Okay, don't tell me about
I'm
it.
not going to tell you what my story's about.
Are you going to tell me about the story?
No. Yes. So I'm doing it different this week. I'm
Okay.
starting it with a story about someone.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about a woman named Matilda Dixon.
Okay.
Matilda Dixon was born on Christmas Eve, 1803, in Port Fairy, Australia.
Okay.
Australia?
Don't ruin it like last
Port
week.
Fairy, Australia. She was... Sorry. I can't help it.
I know.
She was the youngest of 7 siblings, and right after she was born, her father left, forcing her mother to raise children alone.
Okay.
So, like, they scraped on by.
Right.
Matilda's life changed one day while she was working at her bakery job that she had gotten, and she had met a handsome, strapping young sailor man named
Ooh.
Shani Dixon.
Sunny Dixon. What a name.
Sunny. It was love at first sight. On January 13th, 1836, Sonny's boat, he was a fisherman, and Sonny's boat got caught in a bad storm and it was lost at sea. And 15 of the townsmen that were on that boat, including Sonny, had died.
Oh my gosh.
So to get through the grief, Matilda began baking for some of the local children.
Okay.
One of her specialties was a special cake for children who had lost their teeth, earning her the name the Tooth Fairy. It was something the kids looked forward to and loved. While the children did love it, some of the parents, especially the newer people that came to town, thought it was a little bit odd. But, yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
A little weird. But they knew she meant well.
Yeah.
She did it for the kids, and she did it because she enjoyed baking.
Right.
One cold night in 1840, Matilda suffered burns from an oven fire, scarring her body.
Oh my gosh.
Since then, she had no longer went out during the day or allowed children to stop by her home.
Oh no.
However, she still did exchange gifts for teeth. She'd go out at night when everyone was asleep, and the children would leave their teeth on their front doorstep, and she would gift them with change. And rumor has it...
but she wouldn't bake anymore.
No.
Okay.
No, she's probably terrified.
Yeah.
That are still in pain.
Yeah.
Rumor has it her face was terribly burned, and she kept
thinking.
it hidden behind a porcelain mask so no one could see it, and it
Why
was
a porcelain
possibly
mask?
to protect it.
That's
It's in the
so
1800s,
scary.
right?
Wear a hood. Like a witch. Like normal
She
witches.
probably did. Like normal witches. She wasn't a witch.
That's true, but
She kind of
I
sounds
don't
like
know.
one.
Like witches, like they wear the hood because they're so ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On September 23rd, 1841, 2 children told their parents they were paying the Tooth Fairy a visit and that they'd be back. Well, hours later, the children never returned, which resulted in the parents automatically blaming Matilda for their disappearance.
Oh my gosh.
The town quickly jumped on this theory and grabbed their torches and headed for her home. You know, old mob style.
Right.
She attempted to hide in the home, but the mob broke down the door and dragged her out, spilling a big jar of baby teeth across the floor in the process.
That's so creepy.
They brought her to a tree and tried to pry her hands from her face, holding her mask in place while she screamed, "Don't peek."
Oh, that's so sad.
Once they were able to pull her hands away, the mask fell off and they hung her. After Matilda was dead and the body was hanging from the tree, the crowd parted, revealing 2 children. Revealing the 2 children that were missing. They attempted to immediately cut her down and revive her, but it was too late. Since then,
Where were the kids this whole time?
I don't freaking know, but it's their freaking fault.
Yeah.
Like, ding-dongs. I mean, it's not their fault, but it's jerk people's fault for
Right.
making assumptions.
Yeah.
Since then, the town of Port Fairy, Australia had thrived. That is until 1951, when a plaque that was dedicated to Matilda was stolen and the area was vandalized. Following this, a group of teens began to disappear, which were all rumored to be involved in the vandal.
Oh my gosh.
The town thought, could this be the acts of a vicious serial killer, or possibly a curse brought on by the Tooth Fairy Matilda Dixon? No one for sure knows. Law enforcement ended up filing it as a runaway case, so
Right.
they don't know. And now this is a true story. However, it's also the basis for my all-time favorite scary movie, Darkness Falls. This is my all-time favorite scary movie. That's the town that they based it in the movie, is Darkness Falls.
Okay.
So in the very beginning of the movie, they tell this entire story about Matilda Dixon, and then they end it with saying some believe that Matilda visits the children of Darkness Falls on the night they lose their last tooth and takes vengeance on any who lays eyes on her face, fulfilling her curse. And what I took before in kindness, I will take forever in revenge.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't think the locals believe it to that extent, but
Right.
it made a really freaking cool, scary
Yeah.
movie. And when you're 9 and go see this scary movie and you still have baby teeth to lose, it's the worst thing ever. Especially like in the movie. So she can only be around like in dark areas.
Right.
So when you're a kid, you're in your room and it's dark, and then like you know how if you're in the dark you stare at a spot and it gets darker and darker.
Yes. The shapes kind of form.
Yeah, well that's how she is. Like like you'll like in the movie they'll be in a dark room, and then like this black mass will just start getting darker and darker in a corner, and it's her coming out.
Oh my gosh.
And it's terrifying as a kid. It is such a good movie. It has so many great jump scares in it. Yeah, that's Darkness Falls. You guys should go watch it.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
You should, in the dark. So, one reason I wanted to tell you the story is I already.
You're losing your teeth.
Well, Thanksgiving just happened, and everybody's still eating pie. So I wanted to scare everybody about tooth fairies, and warn everybody about
brush your teeth. Should
not
tell Alice a story.
Right? Yes.
She just lost one of her teeth.
Or no, that doesn't. That one doesn't encourage you to brush your teeth. There is one in here though that does do that.
Oh, okay.
So this is not everybody around the world has a tooth fairy. There's not but there are certain rituals that different places perform and do. I did learn that pretty much all of human cultures have some sort of tradition regarding the disposal of baby teeth. So I'm going to talk about that. Forever they've had it, which is really interesting.
That is interesting.
Some of those rituals include exchanging for gifts, offering it to animals or gods or witches, burying them, eating them, burning them, and more.
Eat them?
Just wait. So, let's warm up the story a little bit more. What did the dentist say to the golfer?
Better swing right or the ball will hit you in the teeth.
You have a hole in one.
Oh.
I bet the proctologist said that too. So, according to some European cultures, a very long time ago, it was common to burn a child's teeth as they were connected to the afterlife. According to the superstition, if this was not done properly, burning them, the person would forever wander the afterlife looking for their teeth.
Oh, that's so sad.
Suck.
That does suck.
How hard? That would be so hard to find your teeth.
Yeah.
It's like everything's white.
Because they're in the Arctic?
Maybe in heaven. I assume everything's white there. So,
It's made of gold.
It's made of clouds.
Heaven's made out of gold streets.
Oh, I don't know things.
Oh.
But
you're saying afterlife? I pictured them being in being a ghost, and they're stuck in this world.
You're right. They're probably looking in our dimension, but in a ghost dimension, looking for that way. That makes way more sense.
That's what I was
heaven.
picturing.
It's you're bound to heaven, but you also have to look for your teeth.
I would be fine with that if I was in heaven.
It's oh, gotta go for the day. Gonna go look for my teeth.
Yeah.
I've got 14 more to find. It's been 80 years.
It's been 80 years. I can't find my baby teeth.
And I gotta find my denture teeth. Fun fact, according to Chris Taylor, the Visa credit card company ran a survey in 2013 and found that the national average had gone up 23% to $3.70 per tooth. That's in 2013.
Wow.
We're almost 10 years later, so it's probably way more now because inflation is super high.
I gave Alice $6.
I saw a TikToker of a dad who said his son came out of the camera, or he had a Ring camera inside his house, and the son's like, "Dad, the tooth fairy gave me $100," and he's like, "No, the tooth fairy gave you $10." He's like, "No, Daddy, give me $100." He's like, "No way, that's 100." And he looks at it and he's like, grunts to his wall, and he's like, "Dang it, I think the tooth fairy was drunk last night."
That's funny.
In other European areas, children were told to feed or offer their teeth to mice, throw them in the air, swallow them, bury them, or just hide them. And the reason being was to keep them away from witches who like worship the sun. And I guess the witches would use their teeth for crafting. And some believed that if a witch got a hold of their teeth, that they can control a person with their teeth.
Ooh.
It's pretty cool.
Kind of like voodoo.
Yeah, with teeth.
Yeah.
Another fun fact. I put so many fun facts in here. I'm sorry.
I
love fun facts.
I love fun facts.
So I didn't realize how much teeth have to. I do know, but I didn't realize until I started reading more how much teeth have to do with true crime. And I got a couple of true crime facts in here.
Okay.
So Ted Bundy, you know that guy.
Yeah.
One of the most famous serial killers in history. He confessed to murdering 30 people during the 70s, and he admitted to kidnapping, raping a lot of victims.
Right.
However, he was clever and left very little evidence behind for investigation. And the case against Bundy took years to build, and the trial took even more. During one of his more brutal sprees, he attacked multiple sorority girls, leaving a deep bite on the left buttocks. Should I not say this?
No, you can't.
You're going to do this one day. That's okay.
That's okay.
So he left a deep bite on the left buttocks of one of the women.
Yes.
So forensic orthodontologists made a cast of his teeth and matched them with the victim's bite mark, helping seal the case against Bundy.
Yeah. Well, he had a very distinct bite.
Yeah.
Also, because he had an overbite, I believe. But he also had crooked teeth. So it was very distinct.
Them crooked teeth got you, Ted Bundy.
And what are you going to do
Thank
about
goodness. One of the English legends was about a witch called Jenny Greenteeth. She had pearly white teeth. No, she didn't. She was a witch said to hide in scum-filled ponds to catch children. The duckweed on top of the pond, the scum-filled, resembled green teeth, so I guess that's how she got her name. Also, I think she had green teeth. And that's to encourage good behavior and dental hygiene, parents would tell their kids the story of her and tell them that they would get taken by her if their teeth were dirty.
I like it.
Warn Alice about Jenny Green Teeth.
Oh, I just tell her teeth will fall out because it's the truth.
I mean, it's the truth. It's honest.
I also say she can't have braces until her teeth are clean.
Oh, she wants braces. Of course she does.
Yeah.
Every kid wants braces.
And glass. She wants glasses too. I did
also. Oh,
yeah.
So did I. I faked an eye exam once when I was a kid.
Oh, I did too.
Really?
Yeah.
I felt so stupid for doing it. I feel
too.
stupid now. But like as a kid, like you know how they did the eye exams in school, but I faked it and I was like, I really want glasses. And they're like, you can go ahead. Next. Faker.
That's we went to a family friend. She was an eye doctor. And I think she knew I was faking it. And so she prescribed me like glasses, but they're like the blue light glasses nowadays.
In Venice, Italy, they had a Marentega, a Venetian witch, who is described as a benevolent old crone that gives gifts to children like at Christmas and also to children who lose their teeth. That's it on her.
Okay.
Fun fact. Other past rituals have involved burying the first lost tooth in a tree, then covering it with a peg to prevent the children from suffering from a toothache.
Aww.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In Ireland, it was believed that a changeling fairy would kidnap children at night, exchanging it for a mischievous fairy, you know, like classic body swap, like exchanging the child for the fairy.
For good?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. So to identify if it was the child or the fairy, they would notice certain things about it and they could appear sick. They would no longer grow like normal children. They just stay small. They had physical characteristics such as a beard or long teeth. Like it's like a no-mask looking 8-year-old. So a common way for a changeling to also act is dancing and playing an instrument like normal kids do. To prevent this, you can use certain things like an inverted coat. I have no idea what that is. open iron scissors left where the child sleeps, super safe.
They just sleep on top of it.
Constant watch over the child, or burying the child's baby teeth.
Okay.
So I know you were like thinking like, okay, well, where are we getting to the tooth fairy?
Okay. But could you imagine? Like, I think of like the cartoons where like things are so obvious, but the cartoon characters don't notice.
The parents like Stewie, they didn't. No
Yeah.
one noticed.
Yeah. It's like, what the heck?
Why are you? What?
Wow, my son looks normal today. He has a beard, but he looks normal.
It's fine.
Most
He's playing an
Irishmen-
instrument.
He picked that up overnight.
All
Didn't
kids
you
do
know?
that. I mean, really, all kids do that. Fun fact, in 2001, a woman called 911 when she heard the sounds of an intruder in the home. The intruder spent some time in the home until they noticed that someone was home, and they fled out the window. When the police arrived, they had realized that the intruder left the scene, but they did leave some evidence, including a water bottle and an empty bag of Cheetos. While searching
What year was this?
2001.
Oh, okay.
While searching the areas, the police found the intruder Sharon Carr hiding in some bushes. The police were able to confirm it was her because the Cheeto dust was still on her teeth.
I feel like I've heard that one before.
Random but important. Another fun Irish tale consists of a young leprechaun girl named Anna Bogle, who was out one day playing in the forest and knocked out a front tooth. She thought she had looked ugly, so she had tried to put the tooth back. Obviously, can't do that, and nothing would work.
Yeah.
So she resorted in taking children's teeth and replacing it with gold, because leprechauns don't take things from people. Evidently, they just return things with gold. They don't just steal.
They buy it.
exchange. Yeah.
Okay.
So she would just leave gold to
Aw.
take children's teeth. Fun fact: most humans have 32 teeth, but horses can have 44. Dolphins can have 250, and snails can have thousands of teeth.
How many teeth do you have?
32,
I don't.
I think. Wait, I have my wisdom teeth removed. Those don't always come in. Does everybody get their? No, they don't. How many do you have?
24.
What?
Yeah.
You had 24 teeth?
Yeah, I had 10 pulled when I was 10 years old.
Why?
And they pulled some of my permanent teeth because my mouth is too small. And yes,
Oh, I
some
think
people
you've
don't
told me
get
this.
get their wisdom teeth. Rick never got his wisdom.
You had 24 teeth?
I have. Yeah, they're still in my
Are
mouth.
you okay?
Yeah,
Can you eat?
yeah. It just freaks the dentist out
Oh
every
my
time
gosh.
the first time I see a new dentist, they're like,
I
That's
love that you
weird.
had to count that.
Yeah,
That
well,
would be a fun fact I always knew about myself.
Well, I always forget the amount. The amount.
Fun fact, I have 2 butt cheeks. His champagne's getting to me. Hey, hey, hey. Earlier, I was on the phone with my mom, and I was like leaning against my cheek on my face.
Uh-huh.
And Charlotte's like, "Hey, Mom, I see your butt cheek." It's like, "What?" She's like, "I see your butt cheek." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Right there." I was like, "That's just your cheeks. That's not your butt cheeks. You don't call those butt cheeks." Oh. She's like,
That's so cute, though.
Okay, so let's talk about France.
Okay.
In France, their version of the tooth fairy is a bit more furry and small. It's believed that a mouse in France takes your teeth. A mouse they call
Ratatouille.
La Bonne Petite Saurus. I totally butchered that. Or the little mouse.
That's cute. That's so much more believable than a fairy coming into your house.
I mean, I guess it's not as pleasant. I don't want a rat coming in my mouth taking teeth.
That's true.
So, just like the tooth fairy, La Petite sneaks into the room while the child is asleep and replaces the lost baby tooth with coins.
Oh.
Why a mouse? Well, there's a French folk tale about a mouse that helps a queen defeat an evil king by sneaking under his pillow and pulling or knocking out all of the king's teeth while he was sleeping, leaving him with little bloody nubs.
Oh.
Many other countries also have a mouth insert Mike Tyson saying mouse. Mouth. But also mouth, because I'm talking about teeth. A mouth.
Did you write
fairy.
that? Did you write that joke?
Yeah, I even wrote insert Mike Tyson saying mouse. Wasn't supposed to say that part.
That's great. You're a comedian. That's you got to write down your jokes.
I'm hilarious. But anyway, a mouth tooth fairy who exchanges money for their teeth. Some even place the teeth in a glass of water and wait for a coin to take its place.
Oh.
In South Africa, the tooth mouth. I'm saying it on accident now. The tooth mouse comes as well, but they place their tooth in a little slipper in their slipper.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So the rat's gonna dig it out of their foot now.
Oh yeah, because it's still a mouse.
So sweet. Fun fact, in some cultures, warriors would fashion their teeth into a necklace to protect them and keep them safe during battle.
What?
Like Vikings.
What country? Who was this?
That was just a fun fact. I think it was like Vikings did that, which is not surprising. Not that there's anything bad about that.
No.
It's pretty badass.
You're right.
I want to wear my teeth.
You know what? That kind of reminds me of the villagers in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah.
This is a good one, you guys.
I forgot. So I guess whenever we were in Maryland and the girls were staying with Grammy and Pappy and their Uncle Cody, I guess he was watching the Pirates of the Caribbean, the third movie, and that part was on where Jack Sparrow's eyes were like closed and his eyes were out, and Charlotte walked in during it.
Oh no.
And she's like, "What are you watching?" He's like, "Pirates of the Caribbean." She's like, "I think I like this movie." And the 2 seconds she got out of it.
She's like, "It's creepy."
Yeah.
And that's what I like.
She loves creepy. She's so weird.
Funny.
Some countries, including Greece, China, Singapore, and Vietnam, throw their baby teeth on the roof. If the tooth lands straight, the new tooth will grow in straight. And if it's crooked, well, someone's getting braces, so you better practice throwing that pebble.
Ow! How do they know if it's straight
I know. You go up there
like straight up and down, or straight
I think
this way?
The way it's placed in your mouth is how it has to land, like straight, and not like laying on its side. But like that's some shit ass.
That is some
really good freaking. So
is that what they're blaming all of everyone's crooked teeth on? They're like, oh, it's because we didn't throw it straight.
We didn't throw the tooth right. In Romania and Moldavia, they also throw their teeth on a roof, but they shout, "Crow, crow, take this milk tooth and bring me a steel one." That's it. I don't know why. In Native American cultures, or in some Native American cultures, they would celebrate when a tooth was lost, and the Cherokee tribe children would run around the home with the tooth and throw it on the roof while saying, "Beaver, put a new tooth in my jaw," 4 times.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay. Crow, crow, beaver, beaver.
Crow, crow. Yeah. Fun fact, in 2001, a young woman was walking down an empty stretch of road in Memphis, Tennessee, when she was assaulted. An unknown man stabbed her, raped her, and fled. Luckily, the woman survived, reported the crime, and the police collected evidence at the scene. Sadly, the man was unidentified. That is until 10 years later.
Oh.
One odd piece of evidence collected at the scene was a pair of dentures. For whatever reason, they had initially been overlooked. I don't know how you overlook dentures. That's really important.
I mean, it's a lot.
DNA is on that. But when re-examined years later, it turns out they had belonged to the attacker. The attacker had written his name on the inside of the dentures. They didn't even have to do a DNA test. They just had to look at them.
That's so annoying.
Somebody should have got fired.
Yeah, someone should have got fired. But it's like really funny that he wrote his name.
It's like, I know, I thought about underwear, like you write your name on the inside of your underwear, like he didn't want to lose his dentures when he went to his old man party or something. I'm going to my old man sleepover, don't want to forget my dentures. The guy was Thomas Maupin, by the way.
Oh,
and they convicted him of his crimes. So
good. I bet he had lots of overnight old men sleepovers after that.
Oh, absolutely.
All
in
of
prison.
The prison.
Don't drop your
old
dentures there,
men
buddy.
sleepers.
In Ukraine, the child's lost tooth is placed in a tissue and put in a dark corner of the room, and they whisper, "Take my tooth, or take my old tooth and give me a new one." If it was left there until a new one grew in, and that's still done today.
Oh, that's cool.
So many believe that if someone dreams their teeth fall out, they are being warned about something. I mean, I'm sure you've heard that before.
Yeah.
In Filipino culture, when this happens, it means that someone near them is going to die.
Oh my gosh, that's sad.
To prevent this, you have to bite on a piece of wood to appease the spirits. Fun fact, Katy Perry owns one of the most expensive grills in the U.S., costing at $1 million. Made
my
of
gosh.
diamonds and precious gemstones, manufactured by a Dr. William Dorfman. He makes a lot of the celebrities. Also,
Did it make Kim Kardashians?
Probably. He also made a Little Pump. I don't know who that is. Lil Pump. He has a grill that's also $1 million. But I didn't know who he was, so I put Katy Perry first.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
His is made of like rose gold baguette diamonds. Sounds super, super over the top. I wish I could afford $1 million grill.
I want to see Katy Perry's grill.
It actually looks terrible, honestly. I think all grills look awful.
Yeah,
Look
I do
stupid.
too.
All right, last one. In
I'm looking this up,
Finland,
sorry.
you're fine. In Finland, a book called A Tale About Tooth Trolls was written in 1949 to encourage dental health and hygiene to children. The book was about a troll named, oh my gosh, I forgot to put this to where I could say it.
Oh no.
Hemispecchio, which would be lured to children's mouths after they ate sweets and candy and would drill holes into their teeth, causing cavities.
Oh my gosh.
To stop the troll from getting into your mouth, you have to brush your teeth. Children's book.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gents, everyone,
Thank you. I really like that.
Is a fun little story tidbits about teeth.
I'm sorry. It looks like she's wearing really messed up braces.
Yeah, she looks like it's like there's nothing in the middle, and she has like her vampire teeth done. You know what I mean? Or her canines, whatever they're called.
Wait, I'm looking at two different ones. She has like two different ones. There's one where she wears in the...
Well, the ones that are like right here, those are the ones that popped up whenever I had searched who has the most expensive grills. Yes, I have that in my search history now. Whoever's hacked into my computer, you're welcome. You get to see paranormal stuff and teeth.
Yeah, she's got like... She wears two different ones. One is that one that she wore in Dark Horse, and then she has another one that looks like she wore on like a red carpet. And that one looks like she's wearing braces.
Like, okay. Just go get braces.
That was really fun. Thank you. I'm sorry I got distracted.
Yeah, you're fine. I haven't done one like that in a while, so
I like when you do those because it's like
very light and funny.
Yeah, but also informative. Like I learned stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking for a neighborhood. I think I have one in
You're
here.
okay.
It's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about Omema.
Omema.
Omema Nelson was born in Egypt in 1986.
Ooh, Egyptian.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
Her childhood wasn't that great. This is actually a really heavy story. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
It's
good thing I told a really light story.
We should have started mine first.
Good thing I'm drinking tonight.
Her childhood wasn't that great. She grew up in a small, poor village called Cairo in southern Egypt near the border of Sudan. Her father sexually abused her and her mother, and he even subjected her to female circumcision. Don't know what that is.
Ew.
Yeah, making any type of intercourse painful and traumatic for her from then on.
Oh my gosh.
So her mom and her, they left the dad, and they didn't have anything, so they ended up moving to the slums in the village, which they called the City of the Dead.
Cool.
Because
Sorry.
because the shacks were like lined up right up against the tombs.
Oh,
And so-
that was in The Mummy. Sorry, you haven't seen that.
Yeah. So that's where, I mean, they were living amongst the dead basically, and that's
Right.
why they called it the City of the Dead.
Yeah, that's where they went in The Mummy.
Oh, that's cool. So
I'm really excited.
when Omema was 18, she met an American oil worker and they started dating. And her mom's like, "Get married, please, like go," like hoping her daughter could get out of the slums by
Yeah.
marrying this guy. And so they got married, and after he ended up finishing his job in Egypt, she moved back with him to Texas.
Oh, okay. Big culture shock.
Huge. Yeah. Unfortunately, the marriage didn't last long, and they ended up splitting up. And Omema, she was alone.
Aw.
She barely spoke English, and she was in a foreign country. So she drifted around for a while and would take up housekeeping jobs and as a nanny occasionally, and sometimes even a modeling gig. Those obviously didn't always pay for the rent because it wasn't consistent. So she also would engage in petty theft. And when I said she drifted, like she would go from boyfriend to boyfriend because,
Couch surfing.
yeah, living with
A
the
roof over your
boyfriend,
head.
with these boyfriends to give her a roof over her head. Like I said, when she would meet them, she would move in immediately and gain access to their money. And so she would spend their money. And when they would confront her about it, she would rob them and then disappear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Hustling.
you know, you got to do what you got to
Yeah. It's a dog eat dog world.
do. One man she dated when she confronted him and she was like, "I want, like, give me your money," or whatever. She tied him up to a chair and threatened him with a shotgun before taking his belongings and fleeing.
Oh,
So she's not messing around.
it's kinky. Sorry. Sorry.
It's funny
I
you
did
say
it
that.
again.
No, it's funny that you say that. So just wait. She did this for a while, going from man to man, town to town. And when she was 33 years old, she eventually ended up in Orange County, California. And in the fall of 1991, she met a 55-year-old man named Bill Nelson at a bar playing pool. He wowed her with his money, and he had a red Corvette, and he's like, "Look at all this money I have, and I have a bunch of land back in Texas."
Oh,
And
man.
so she's like, "Oh, stop."
You're getting hot and heavy over here.
So
Making me hot.
yeah. When what Bill never told her though was that he used to be a pilot, but in 1984 he was convicted for smuggling marijuana,
Okay.
and after serving 4 years in prison, he was released on parole.
I mean,
But-
that's not the worst thing ever.
Not in today's day
not
and
murder.
age. Yeah. So, she did know though that he worked at a company called Cannon Mortgage. So like that's what he does now, or then. They got married only a few days after meeting, and they took a road trip honeymoon back to Texas and to Arkansas to meet Bill's relatives.
Okay.
Bill also was married to another woman,
Oh, okay.
but
That might be an issue.
probably. Probably. I don't. That was all I got about that. That he was married. Like we don't mention his.
Oh, okay.
his
So it's
other
not.
wife.
It's irrelevant.
It is, but also, like shame on him.
Yeah.
So
Yes. It's not irrelevant, but it's irrelevant to what the story is getting at.
correct. Yes. Okay. So
Shame on
just
you.
a fun fact.
Pop on the hand.
Pop on the hand. His family was not sure about this hot new young wife. She was even younger than some of his own children.
Oh.
And so she tried really hard to get their approval, And one way that she did it was one time when she was riding on a horse while she was visiting family at a farm in Texas. On their road trip, she got bucked off the horse. And instead of like getting hurt and stuff, she's just like, I just need an aspirin and some vodka and I'll be good. And so his family's like, well, she's tough. Like, tough for you. We're Texas.
We're tough.
What's up? So that like wowed them over, win them over, whatever. So after their road trip, they returned to California and set up home in Bill's apartment in Costa Mesa, which I'm guessing is not his only home.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And Costa Mesa is near Huntington Beach, California. The honeymoon didn't last long. The honeymoon stage didn't last long. Bill started showing his violent side, and he supposedly was physically and sexually assaulting her often. And on Thanksgiving Day in 1991, a month after being together, Omema was once again sexually assaulted by her husband in their apartment. He had raped her and then strangled her.
Gross.
Yeah. That's when she decided to take revenge.
Oh, okay.
She lured Bill into a consensual bondage session, tying him to the bedposts, as you're talking about kinky.
Mm-hmm.
She demanded money and Bill refused. So she grabbed a lamp and hit him in the head with it. Then she grabbed a cloth iron and hit him repeatedly with it.
Oh, crap.
Then she stabbed a pair of scissors into his stomach, killing him.
Dang. Oh, Mima. You took it far.
That was too far.
That was too far. You could
don't
have just
think
went to the cops.
That's not kinky anymore.
No. That's murder. That's not kinky. That's murder.
Then she cut him up.
Oh, and that's gross.
Boiled his hands.
Oh, gosh. Thanksgiving. You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah. To remove his fingertips and decapitated him. She put his head in the freezer to later break out all of his teeth. But she didn't stop there,
Why?
Brie.
It would be easier, huh? If it was
I
frozen.
have no idea.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I guess the gums would be...
Yeah, it's like if you put a hot wax smell inside the freezer
Yeah.
to break it out, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. I've never done that, so... She didn't stop there, Brie. She castrated him.
Oh, I knew it. I knew
She
it.
castrated him.
Oh,
Did I say that right? Castrated?
Yep.
Castrated.
sure did.
Castrated him. So, 3 days later, in the early morning of December 1st, a man named Jose Ezequiel was awakened by a loud pounding on the door by Omema. He didn't recognize the red Corvette that was outside, so he didn't answer. And about 1 p.m. later that day, he got the same pounding. And so he answered it this time, and he was like, "Oh, I know you. I used to date you." So she went to like an ex.
Okay.
She was crying and had cuts on her face and hand. And she told him, "My husband attacked and raped me, so he had to be killed. I killed him in self-defense." She told him how she cut up the body and needed help disposing it.
Wow.
Just admitted it right then and
Told him
there.
all of it.
Yeah. She said, "I'll give you $75,000 and 2 motorcycles if you help me."
Oh, okay.
And, I mean,
You know, write in a contract. You
Yeah,
get
right?
$75,000 and 2 motorcycles.
yeah. Jose was like, cool.
Awesome.
I will meet you at the apartment. I got to go get a truck, and I will be there in a little bit. So she's like, great, I will go there. So she headed back to the apartment. Jose called the police.
Good job. I was about to say. Come on, Jose.
Police found Omema in the red Corvette, and in the passenger seat was a few trash bags. The officers searched the vehicle and the trash bags, and inside they found human remains. Human organs,
Okay.
including a pair of lungs
Ah.
that were spotchy with cigarette, like signs of cigarette use.
Okay.
So they questioned her, and she gave them some conflicting and confusing answers. She said the organs were from someone Bill had killed. And
They're not mine.
yeah, they can't talk to him because he's away on a business trip in Florida. So
The old classic cops.
it ain't mine.
It's not mine. This is my cousin's.
Yeah. With a warrant, the police searched the apartment. They found a few suitcases with trash bags inside with human remains inside the trash bags. They also found a broken lamp and a clothes iron with human tissue and hair on them. In the bedroom, the mattress was soaked in blood and the bedposts were broken. In the bathroom, they discovered a skin. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry for this. This is so disgusting. Listeners, be warned. They found in the bathroom, they discovered a skinned and gutted human torso that was suspended from a clothes hanger above the tub, bleeding out.
What do you think she skinned it with? Potato peeler?
I was just going to say that.
That's all I can think of is like, ugh, it's so gross.
But why go to that extreme?
Yeah, like what, like they're not going to get a fingerprint on them. Were you just bored? Maybe it was something like in her culture or something. I
have
don't know.
no idea.
Oh man, that's brutal. I would
That is,
mess
like,
her up. I would not be mean to her.
I know, right?
She knows how to hold her own.
Holy cow. In the kitchen, they found a deep fryer, which had 2 hands floating in oil, mixed with turkey meat.
What?
Because it was Thanksgiving. They were making Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh my god. Why? Did you even eat it?
In the trash can, they found a hip mixed with turkey and cranberry sauce.
Ah. This is the most perfect story, by the way.
In the freezer behind frozen vegetables, they found Bill's head wrapped in tinfoil, and it appeared to have been deep fried because it had burning.
Course.
Yeah.
Of course
I hope you already ate.
I did.
Okay.
I ate some mashed potatoes before I came over.
Oh yeah, I had a meatloaf sandwich.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Omema continued to change her story down at the police station. She changed it multiple times. She would pace and ramble. She would claim he was still out of town, but sometimes she would say a demon voice made her kill her husband. And she also said that she killed him out of self-defense. The one thing that she did keep consistent with her story was that Bill had raped her.
Okay.
But at the hospital, after doing her rape kit examination, there was no signs of sexual trauma.
Uh-oh.
Which is not always, they don't always find things
But
against
not always
that.
accurate. Okay.
Yeah. But that's just the evidence that they found. So the cuts on her face and hands were not defense wounds. They were actually consistent with injuries sustained while cutting up a body. The medical examiner determined his cause of death was to be multiple blunt force trauma injuries to his skull, which would be consistent with what she did to him. They also discovered that Bill had ligature marks around his ankles, which would be consistent with
The bondage.
The bondage, correct. The medical examiner also determined that the body had been dismembered with unusual precision, which they suspected that the killer, this wasn't the first time that they did it. Like the way he was cut in between joints so that there was no bone.
It was precision?
Yeah.
Okay.
With precise precision.
Right.
The way that they are
cut.
you
know how to cut a chicken leg from a
correct.
quarter.
You're cutting in
quarters.
between the joints so that you're not cutting through bone.
Wow.
So that was interesting for them.
Wow.
While putting the body parts together, they also discovered around 100 pounds of his remains were still missing.
Where? What? No.
So The neighbor of Bill's told the police that they heard the garbage disposal running constantly for 2 days straight,
Oh man.
starting in the evening of Thanksgiving.
Wait, she was in an apartment?
Yeah,
What?
dummy. But that's not, if you think that like this story so far has been disgusting, here's the shocker.
All right.
Omema had a court-appointed psychologist, and what they said in court shocked the nation. She said that Omema had cooked Bill's ribs in barbecue sauce and ate them, and claimed his ribs were so sweet, nothing was sweeter.
Wonder what kind of barbecue sauce she
But,
used.
like, why would you eat why would you eat ribs on Thanksgiving?
I actually wanted ribs on Thanksgiving this year before I decided to invite people. I actually did. Because that sounds delicious.
Does it sound delicious now?
I wanted a non-traditional Thanksgiving, but that's non-traditional Thanksgiving right there. It's
Murder and ribs.
Yep.
Murder and ribs.
Yep. Better wear your
Little bib.
yep.
Put a bib on.
Oh man.
Later, Omema recanted, or
I'm
later,
sorry, I can't get past that. She ate his ribs.
She ate his ribs,
What?
and they were sweeter. Nothing.
Did she
sweeter.
grill them?
I didn't ask.
I just want to know. Like,
Oh, I didn't ask as
it's
if I was
so
talking to
weird.
her.
That's so gross.
That's disgusting.
That's you fried all this stuff and you ate ribs.
Yeah.
Not that ribs aren't delicious. Ribs are the best thing ever. But like, oh, gross. Ugh, I won't be having ribs for a while. Sorry. Anyway.
She later took back that statement, but during one of her parole hearings, she said, like, oh, I've changed, like, I'm a better person now and things like that. And she said,
Till you go eat another person.
But she said, I promised I didn't eat him. And the parole person, I forgot what his name is, commissioner, the parole commissioner, asked her, like, did you cook his ribs with barbecue sauce? She wouldn't answer him. So
why would you put barbecue sauce on them if you weren't going to eat them?
exactly. So
Just like, why would you put ketchup?
yeah, dude.
Oh my God. No.
So she was diagnosed with being psychotic and suffered from PTSD. Like, from her childhood, obviously she suffered from that.
She had a
but-
terrible upbringing.
yeah, but that doesn't mean that you can be a killer.
Right. No.
In January
Yes,
1990,
a criminal has told us this.
yes, yeah. So in January 1993, after 6 days of deliberation, Omema was sentenced to 28 years to life in prison for second-degree murder. She is serving her sentence in Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla. She started a long-distance relationship. This freaking
Oh
girl.
my God.
This freaking girl. She started a long-distance relationship with a 70-year-old. They got married, and they were allowed multiple conjugal visits before he passed away. And the guy was disabled, too. Not
Oh
that
my-
I'm saying that he can't do anything, but she totally took advantage of him. He passed away, and guess who got a huge lump
Oh, of
sum
course. Oh,
for
of
dying?
course.
She has all of his money now, and he's rich. He was rich. Now she's rich.
I mean, she can't do anything with it, though.
I know. In
Mama.
2006, her first eligibility for parole came up, but she was denied for being unpredictable and a serious threat to public safety. Duh. She again in 2011.
She will eat you.
Yeah, in 2011, this time she was denied because she had not taken responsibility for her murder, and that was the one where they're like, "Did you put barbecue sauce on his ribs?" And she's like,
Wait,
And-
so
She'll be eligible again for parole in 2026,
why
but I
don't they
doubt
just put her in for life?
she's not that old.
Like, McRib is gone, guys. She's gonna make it come back. Do you know that the McRib's gone?
Yeah, it did its last tour.
It's not gone yet, but it's
Yeah.
on its last tour. I'm very sad about that. That was really good for Thanksgiving. That was a really good story. I hated and also loved it. It was gross.
That
but
was
at least you guys are all done eating your
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah.
on your leftovers now.
Yeah.
Or you're sick of leftovers right now and you're just ready to throw them all away.
yes.
Or giving them to your dogs.
Giving them. Oh, yep, you could be doing that.
Yep.
Try that with that pizza, you guys. It's so good.
Yes. Amy's going to make that for me. Also, Amy's going to make me apple pie.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. How are you guys going to make your turkey? You going to bake it?
Yeah, we'll probably put it in the oven.
I don't know if you're going to smoke it.
Oh no, Rick's smoker is broken.
It is?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
been
that's why he's
broken.
not out there every day smoking. I
Yeah.
swear to God, in the summertime, he was out there all the time,
Yeah.
like smoking something. He'd bring in like 4, like,
Briskets.
I was going to say racks of ribs.
Ew.
I can't. Just done. Oh, let me.
Rack of Bill ribs.
Oh my God. That, I still want ribs.
McBill ribs.
I really want some ribs. Oh, because his name is Bill.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Do you have a neighborhood story for me?
Yes. Okay. All right. This is a note to some neighbors. Dear neighbors, unfortunately, we have not had the pleasure of meeting each other yet. However, we can hear everything you do. So basically, it's like we already know we already know you. We've concluded someone just bought a pogo stick.
Oh no.
2012 Double Dutch Champs. Congrats. Just got casted in Stomp.
Oh no.
You own your very own whack-a-mole, Lucky. Super clumsy, dropping things all the time. Practicing for your wedding night bowling or Wednesday night bowling league. Super hot and loud, having sex all the time. You're housing a mini pony, jealous. Training to win a gold in gymnastics. Go USA! Seriously though, not trying to be a pest or super annoying, but oh my gosh, what are you doing up there? Sincerely, your neighbors, Kaylee and Jane.
That was creative.
It was, and it wasn't super mean. It was
Yeah.
trying to show like, hey, please don't hate us, but like, can you keep it down, please?
Yeah. Or please stop tap
We're
dancing.
trying to be funny, but
Yeah.
you know, also just shut the up. Whoop.
Love it. Love it.
Good times, good times.
We're gonna go eat some
Yeah.
ribs now. So.
Yep. And go watch Dead to Me.
Yes, because that's out, and I'm so excited. That's what I was gonna watch tonight.
Also Disenchanted, but I remember my mom reminded me that came out today, and I was like, oh shit!
yeah, I got
I'm
it.
watching that.
That's what when you're like, are you gonna like? I said maybe I'll watch that with Alice tonight, and I was like, wait, I'm supposed to watch something else.
I'm
I
so
can't
excited.
remember
I
what it
probably
was.
won't be able to watch it till like 9 or 9:30.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna watch it in 20 minutes.
Don't tell me anything. So to follow us, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, blah blah blah. We have a Facebook group. We are active on there. Please join. We invite everybody to come on with our little neighborhood group. We also have a website, what'swiththeneighbors.com.
On there, you can find a link to everything she just mentioned, along with a link to our merchandise, which is awesome. We have our logo.
Special Christmas sweaters.
Yep. And our logo shirts and our episode shirts. And
Order them before December 12th to get them by Christmas. Sorry.
That's good. That's good. They're great Christmas presents, you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
We'll even like wrap them in little tissue paper for you if you want us to.
We'll put some toenails in there.
Yeah. Free feet pics.
Yeah.
Free, and that's rare. So, also a link to Patreon, which is patreon.com/WWTN podcast. For $5 a month, you can get our video episodes unedited and early and exclusive content. And for $3 a month, you can get our audio episodes early and exclusive content. Feel free to slide into our DMs with any questions, comments, or story suggestions. We want to hear what you have to say to us. Share some stories with us about true crime and paranormal.
Or neighborhood.
And everything in between. That's wwtnpodcast@gmail.com. And have you checked in on the neighbors?
What's with the neighbors?
Bring Amy out. Psh.
What's with the neighbors? Also, we will not be sending feet pics. Thank you.
Speak for yourself, Brie. Say hi to your cats for us. Meow.